if we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land, we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. We are Americans.
Retail is an exciting and rewarding industry, and there's no better retail channel to be a part of than the Farm, Ranch, and Home. The Farm, Ranch, and Home channel serves a great demographic of people who are hardworking, patriotic, and loyal. These customers should be identified, valued greatly, and jealously protected because they are the very lifeblood of our stores. Your company has been successful competing against other retailers because you've figured out the success formula of price, quality, value, merchandising, product mix, cleanliness, and customer service. However, the retail landscape has changed dramatically in the last 2 decades. The explosive growth of big box stores has changed the game.
Now, there's a new Goliath knocking at the door, and the retail landscape is changing yet again. This time, the competition does not have a physical address across the street. Instead, they placed a retail store on the desktops and in the hands of all our customers through the use of the internet. In the early years of the internet, retailers didn't feel overly concerned because, after all, who would want to buy things online and have them shipped to your house? Can't try it on? There were added shipping charges. You had to wait for it, and returning it would be a hassle. There was no salesperson to give you information, etc., etc. Who would do such a thing? Well, please meet Generation X, Generation Y, and Generation Z. Generation X is the first to embrace the technical revolution. 72% use it to research products or companies. 81% have made purchases online, and 95% have a page on Facebook. Generation Y, also known as millennials, is the largest population cohort since the baby boomers. By next year, millennials will account for 36% of the U.S. workforce, and by 2025, they will account for 75% of the global workplace. In 2015, their annual spending was $2.45 trillion, and by 2018, they will eclipse baby boomers in spending power at $3.39 trillion. Because of their overwhelming numbers, they will be a power force for reshaping the world we live in over the next 2 decades. 65% of millennials say losing their phone or computer would have a greater negative impact on their daily routine than losing their car. Generation Z, or Centennials, are still developing their reputation as a population cohort. However, this generation has never lived in a world without technology. Their worldview and behavior has been molded around it like no other generation before. The world of technology is a proverbial snowball rolling down a mountainside. The world we knew just 20 years ago no longer exists, and a new one is emerging before our eyes. Technology is shaping the way we obtain information, the way we relate to others, the way we learn, the way we work, and yes, the way we shop. The question we must all ponder is this: how do we keep pace with this ever-changing world and remain relevant? Is it possible that someday the vast majority of retail sales could be done online through companies like Amazon? If this doesn't seem feasible, consider these numbers. In 2009, food sales on Amazon were $3 billion. In 2015, food sales grew to $9 billion. Expected sales by 2021 will be nearly $50 billion.
Consider for a moment just a few of the products and even entire industries that have disappeared throughout recent history due to the advancement of technology and the attitude changes of each generation. A leading buggy whip manufacturer once said, "Henry Ford's car was interesting, but it would never replace the horse." Kodak film felt somewhat secure until digital cameras and camera phones were invented. The copy machine replaced the typing pool. The computer replaced the typewriter. Many households no longer bother using a landline telephone and instead rely on their cell phones. Cable TV replaced the antenna. Satellite competed with cable, and now both are competing with online streaming. And when was the last time you walked into a Blockbuster Video to rent a movie? These are just a few examples of the products and industries that most people felt would always be around. Now think about the next 20 years. Will combustion engines be replaced with battery-operated cars? Will gas stations someday be the next Blockbuster Video? How will technology shape our future as retailers, and how will we remain relevant? One thing is for certain, as big box stores continue to grow and technology continues to change the way people shop, it is more important than ever before that we be diligent and intentional and not allow complacency and apathy to gain a foothold in our organizations. The wolf is at the door.
While this information seems daunting and overwhelming, the good news is as a member of MidStates, you don't have to face obstacles alone. Whether you have one store or 100, you have access to the buying power, information, and services of a much larger organization. Some of you watching this video know MidStates very well. You've attended shows, served on committees, and enjoyed the networking and sharing of information with other members. Others of you are completely unfamiliar and think MidStates might be a supplier or even a gym membership.
Because here at Globo Gym, we're better than you, and we know it.
MidStates is one of the largest and most influential agricultural co-ops in the world, and your company is one of 41 companies that own the organization. It's basically your company's second company to operate and enjoy benefits from.
Our business would not be where it is today without MidStates.
I don't think there's another group that has the type of reach that we have.
It works because everybody works together.
So that really is what MidStates is all about, is the members and their willingness to share practices.
So it's a really unique organization, and that hasn't changed. In fact, I'd say in many respects that's gotten stronger, which is really one of the things that makes MidStates so unique and frankly successful.
MidStates Distributing Company was founded in 1954 by Bob and Jeannie Keesall. Little did they know that from their humble beginnings, the nation's premier farm store cooperative would emerge and have such a major impact on the agricultural retail market. Today, MidStates Distributing Company consists of 41 individual owners, over 35,000 employees, over 650 stores in 33 states and 5 Canadian provinces, covering millions of square feet of retail space and boast approximately $6 billion in total sales. When it comes to the retail farm store channel, MidStates is unmatched and in a class of its own. MidStates is not only the largest retailer in the farm store channel, it's also the most diverse. In recent years, the product mix in a traditional MidStates store has grown substantially. Pet supplies, feed, tools, equipment, tack, and other basic farm store categories have been joined by fashion-forward clothing lines, toys, automotive, sporting goods, furniture, home accessories, and even grocery items. MidStates customers are no longer just production farmers and ranchers, but a vast demographic of people who want to shop in a well-merchandised store with competitive prices, loads of variety, and hometown customer service. Although MidStates provides many services for its members, the secret sauce of the organization is definitely the intimate collaboration and sharing of knowledge. Unlike any group in the country, MidStates owners and executives meet regularly throughout the year and openly share best practices with one another. They rendezvous at trade shows, Western group meetings, summits, and committee meetings to discuss products, suppliers, operations, merchandising, legal issues, political concerns, the economy, personnel issues, and much more. Many of them form lifelong friendships and speak with each other on a daily or weekly basis. MidStates also offers a chance for other levels of company associates to network during forums at trade shows, committees, and our latest event, Base Camp, where representatives from finance, IT, HR, and marketing gathered for a 2-day retreat to network, listen to industry speakers, and share best practices. MidStates' strength comes from sharing information. Another way MidStates benefits your company is the collective buying power. With more stores and more sales volume comes better pricing and terms. By unifying with other companies to appear as one large company, your company has more leverage with suppliers than it would standing alone. Suppliers have to bring their best deals if they want to be a meaningful part of the MidStates organization. MidStates also serves as a central services organization. Our job is to efficiently centralize many tasks that would normally be done by the membership 41 times at different levels of competency and efficiency. MidStates also often serves as consultants for legal matters, technology, training, and many other operational topics. Our staff often researches solutions to member problems and helps implement those solutions when appropriate. One of MidStates' newest and most progressive projects in recent years is the creation of MidCo, centralized sourcing, purchasing, and distribution. MidCo is a game changer for MidStates and will require more collaboration and cooperation among and across members than ever before.
It's an opportunity that they've never had. Any one of them would be hugely successful if they could do business with all of the MidStates members, and that's what MidCo is going to do.
What MidCo will do for MidStates is it will put some structure into a tremendously strong DNA that we enjoy.
All we have to worry about is getting it to that distribution center, and we take over from there.
We are living in dynamic times. Retail is changing, consumers are changing, their behavior is changing, technology is changing. And for us to be vibrant in the future, and for us to win, we must come together. It is more important than ever that we stand together, we stand united, and we work together to be successful. If we do that, we will prosper into the future. Remember, we are MidStates, the heart and soul of farm, ranch, and home.